Billions of hours have gone into making cryptocurrency what it is today, an economic system capable of rivaling and surpassing the best out there currently, which really is at this moment arguably fiat, just simply because of its usability and its broad scale use across the globe. But that is quickly changing as a lot of people are starting to realize that alternative payments are better, at least that progress was happening, that was continuing as more and more companies developed solutions and skills, as billions of hours have been poured into making crypto the next generation of finance. But the government may not like that too much. Well, it comes down to one simple thing: control. And the government is now pushing, some people in the government at least, to ban cryptocurrency and get rid of it altogether, stopping in its tracks, if they were successful, stopping in its tracks one of the best things to ever happen to humankind in terms of financial systems. So this is obviously something that we have to pay very close attention to, even as we're on the cusp of a very serious situation overseas. It's still important to look at all these factors, especially because that situation is actually playing a role here. As everyone comes into the live, we now have over 500 of us in this live right now. You're welcome to take a sec to do whatever the heck you want, but this is the big story. Senators are now saying cryptocurrency could help Russia evade sanctions, and they are calling for huge action against cryptocurrencies. These four senators that put this letter together, sent to Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, they have been continuously calling for efforts against cryptocurrency. They don't like it. They want it banned for this reason or that reason. And the truth is, senators and whatever side of the aisle they're on, they are so wrong when it comes to stuff like this, and them wanting to ban it, them wanting to take down cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, is just simply stemming from them wanting to have more control and more power. If they cannot control it, well, of course they don't like it. Of course they don't want it to be successful. It's just that simple, and this is not going against any one specific political party. The truth is, anytime any person, no matter what party they're from, goes against cryptocurrency, we are going to call them out. That's just the way it is. We have no choice, because when they try to stop our progress, then we're going to tell them exactly why we have so many problems with that. At the end of the day, there's only one thing that matters, and that's progress. That's making things better. And clearly, when they're going against this stuff, they're not doing that. And the worst part is, they're wrong on so many levels here. So they're trying to use basically any excuse they can to ban cryptocurrencies. If it wasn't this, it would be something else. They said the environment, they said this, they said that, they said Russia. Basically just crying wolf over and over and over and over and over again. Yellen is also now monitoring Russian efforts to evade sanctions using cryptocurrency, other means. So she is taking this seriously, she's looking into it further, and this could potentially lead to a government-wide effort to ban crypto. Will they be successful? What's this simple? Even if the US government decided right now, we're done with crypto, it's over, you can no longer use it, well, China already did that. The Chinese government already banned crypto. You can't even talk about it on their social media platforms in China. And yet we can still use it. So the US government does not have the type of power that they think they have, at least those specific senators and Congress people who want to ban crypto. If you think you can stop Russia from evading sanctions by banning crypto in one country, then you have another thing or two coming. You really simply can't do that. But at the end of the day, it's not even a problem anyway, because Russia can use so many different tactics to evade sanctions, from gold, from wiring money through different paths, from fake accounts, from offshore accounts. There's so many different paths for them to do that, from cash direct. All of that is way simpler and easier than cryptocurrency, because it can't be traced or tracked. And you also can't have exchanges that are seizing cryptocurrency or blacklisting wallets. So it's actually way easier for the Russian government to evade sanctions in those other ways, but even that can't be done. There really is no way around this for Russia, because they have all the biggest companies in the world stopping selling products in Russia. They have all of the biggest countries in the world, pretty much, with a couple exceptions that are notable, but still, most of the biggest countries in the world are now starting to ban Russian things here, Russian things there. They're stopping events there. They're stopping from allowing them to be on the world scale in so many different ways. Apple, Nike, all over the place, these big companies are stopping the ability for Russia to access them, which does make people's lives harder in Russia. So it's not true, and they continue to say things like that. It is what it is. They also will tell you things about the environment that is so overwhelmingly false, because right now cryptocurrency is so much more efficient than the current systems that's not even close. Like I said in my other live, even if you decided to make literally all cryptocurrency powered exclusively on the least clean forms of energy, like coal, for example. If all of the cryptocurrency mining in the world was coal powered, it would still be magnitudes times cleaner per transaction than the current systems. And that's not even total, that's just per transaction. DOJ moves to dismiss Tezos staking as well in tax case and closely watched crypto disputes. So this is a positive government thing. They're dismissing the case against cryptocurrency, against a crypto called Tezos. Then also another positive news story. Sadia on Twitter, who is my friend, she's been on the show kind of before. She came and was a part of one of our live stream parties. She didn't actually talk on it, but she was still part of it. I got my Robinhood wallet thanks to Vlad Tenev, or thanks Vlad Tenev, not thanks to Vlad Tenev. So some people are starting to slowly get their wallets. It's rolling out one by one, it seems. It's a snail pace, but at least we're getting there. It is happening. And I think there's only not that long left until we actually do see the big kahuna of the full wallet release to everyone broadly. We also have some more details on sanctions that are going through towards Russia, not just government sanctions, also company sanctions. Netflix has halted projects in Russia. Canada imposes sanctions on individuals associated with Russia's energy giants Gazprom and Rosneft. And then we have this yacht, which is owned by Russian billionaire Alshir Usmanov. His super yacht, one of the biggest in the world, look at that, absolutely gigantic, has now been seized in Germany. We also have Vladimir, who himself has a yacht. He actually took it away from Germany first before this was happening, did not give the heads up clearly to Alshir here. But the World Bank, it has stopped all programs in Russia and Belarus with immediate effect as well. Belarus now getting extreme sanctions as well. Last week, Kramer on his show, this one is not related to that. Unusual Whales, by the way, is who we're getting these updates from right here. Very good Twitter account. I definitely like that guy. I'm friends with him. And last week, Kramer said Snow was his favorite growth name and you should hold it. This week, down 26%, continuing to show that anytime you trust Jim Cramer, who, by the way, has said multiple things that were in a negative direction towards Dogecoin. Anytime you trust him, look at that, down 26%. It's obviously much better to join the Final Stand Patreon, link in the description, and that's where you want to be, the Patreon, where you can actually get good picks, where you do not have the Jim Cramer effect of it going down 28%. I mean, it's technically possible to lose money, but most of our picks continue to be really successful. We also did 4 new potential moon opportunities over the last 24 hours. One of them actually did end up being the best cryptocurrency in the top 100 for that 24-hour period. Well, okay, technically it was second best, but still pretty good. It was, I think it was the best. It was the best in the top 100 at the time I made the pick, but then another cryptocurrency went from not being in the top 100 to being in the top 100. And so technically, if you count that, it was number 2. But we picked, out of those 4 cryptos, we picked the number 1 best performer, which was around 12% or so. So it wasn't anything too crazy, but still not a bad gain for a 24-hour period. And that was a short-term play. I'm going to start including some more short-term plays for fun on the channel and on the Patreon. And obviously, yeah, we would have liked to see all 4 of them doing well, but none of them really went down much, so you didn't lose money. And if you invested in all 4, then you would have had that 12% gain and made a nice profit in a single day period. Now think about, you consistently do that day by day by day, and you can start making big gains. That's really the real advantage. It's not about one trade, it's about the consistent trades of making money and getting better at it and better at it over time. NOOMEHTOT hashtag 420. Oh, I see, it's backwards. To the moon. I see. Austin would like to do one particular activity that involves a very particular plant with me. He says doing that with the Wallace to the moon. I like how you did it backwards. That's actually creative. If you want to do a comment and not have YouTube stop your comment, your super chat, just do it backwards. I'm actually going to start catching on to that now. You don't even have to type it yourself backwards. Just type it online, and you can type it anywhere, and then use one of those special programs that changes your font backwards, and then it'll do the work for you, and then you can come comment as a super chat and I'll see it. Crypto donations, by the way, speaking of super chats and things like that, 52 million has now poured in Bitcoin, Ether, Polkadot, NFTs, Dogecoin now included as well as, by the way, yes, that's right, Ukraine officially accepting Dogecoin. The government is. Not just anyone posted that, literally the main vice president of one of the main bodies in Ukraine posted they're not accepting Dogecoin. I didn't make a donation, and I hope a lot of people decided to donate in Doge. There were some huge donations coming in, and that's obviously awesome to see. Chris Crypto's gone again, LOL, says Jonathan. Oh no, where did Chris Crypto go? It was, I actually really liked him. It's a shame what happened. I really liked him a lot, and I feel like if he hadn't have ever done that, by the way, what happened with him, it was very bad. He got in a lot of trouble for doing something very bad, and I don't want to talk too many details about it, but yeah, he got in a lot of trouble. A lot of people really trusted him, and he broke that trust, so it was very unfortunate to see that. Some people getting political in the chat. Someone said, I want a cookie. That's very political. That wasn't the one I was referring to, but you know, it could be political. Who knows? Now here, I do want to give an example as well. There are some times when cryptocurrency can be harmful. That's one. I'm going to talk about that very soon here. But I don't know what that means. DAE. I got my Robinhood wallet today. Okay, so we're now starting to see increased Robinhood wallet rollouts. If you're early on the wait list, you may have already gotten it. You may want to check right now. If you have your wallet, that's actually a huge step. It shows the fact that some people do. We're not far away from the big kahuna of everyone getting them, which could be the next wave for Dogecoin. That's exciting to think about on multiple different levels there. Who the hell is Chris Crypto, says Scotty. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Doge with all the rockets from Steven as well. That's awesome to see. But yeah, there's no question about it. Just enjoy the parts that are good and criticize the parts that are bad. That's the motto here on the Final Stand show. As if you want to, you're welcome to subscribe with notifications on to stay updated in real time. Also, I would highly recommend checking out the Patreon link in the description. It's definitely worth it to join. We've been getting a lot of new people on the Patreon recently, but remember, there are limited spots available, so you don't want to miss out on that. I'm Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.